You prevailed in the liberation against the withdrawn. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Pamitha, returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. I miss her already. Tiso is trying to console Hedwyn with an imp-soothing song. You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. Then, Wolffred asks the group together. You sense you know what news he's about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away one by one. For reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbor our suspicions. See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, exhausted from the rites, and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the rite shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion. Fear. Before, I gave you the impression that, should the Nightwing not prevail in the Liberation Rite, there would be other chances. This remains so, however. Our chances now are numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but, to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to the Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further then. Now, please get some rest. Our path grows harder, though not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones, others turn to their quarters, speechless. There will be time, later, to better understand this omen. After the liberation of Pamitha, you find the lone minstrel back in the wagon, looking as though no such thing had just occurred this night. You think you see him tilt his head as you approach. Some words of congratulations are in order for the evening, I should think, reader. And so, congratulations on prevailing in the liberation rite. Surely Pamitha shall be most grateful, and her safe return unto your commonwealth ought to benefit the plan in which you all now play a part. As for your adversaries of the withdrawn, this must have been a bitter loss for them and Udmilde, although they must have known their chances were far from certain. Thus we shall await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. Celeste and I are to return to our respective duties, for the time now. As now, Scribe's Gate is sealed. I await when the next we shall all meet, when next you may yet live up to the glory of the Nightwings and the eyes of the 8 scribes, which yet shine down for us. He trails off, then nods to you in his cordial manner, and bids you a good rest of the evening. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove, and decide how to proceed. Bide your time. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Wolffred and the Lone Minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Alodio. For now, The exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Wolffred finds you off on your own. Well, my boy, it is time once more. Come see. Wolffred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon, all of your companions are gathered. Wolffred regards the group in a steady manner. As you all know, I refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I may direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Erisa, and Orlek. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the Liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had the capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the Liberation rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus, Orlek earned his freedom. However, just as the Shimmer Pool was to engulf him, Erisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the Shimmer Pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orlek perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodiel, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible, as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Erisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think of the rites may be partly to blame as well, for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Wolffred breathes a deep sigh. Now, I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help they can get, and so I have made a decision which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While once I have vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if may be used during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Wolffred bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, and one by one, salute him in turn. Wolffred stands ready to conduct the rites once again. Once more, do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Pyre Hearts, still only beaten them once. Lendell the Liar. And Manly. I think it's time we beat the Pyre Hearts proper, this time at Calmare. Hopefully this time, no Orlek. Very well then, reader. Once more shall you face her deluge and the Pyre Hearts when next the stars align. We may set course for the Isles of Calmare at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Volfred. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but legal stamping press of his own design. which he used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. He got exiled, found by the Nightwings, and then he hatched the plan. He has no equipment and no levels. Huh. He has a lot of glory and presence, though. Well, we can give him the fairy spirit. Well, we have a lot of people here. It would be easier for me to just let my favorites go. But then I maybe also want to think of having the plan succeed. In which case I definitely want Wolffred. Maybe Bertrude. And while I may not think Ray or Gilman are the most important ones, I don't want to leave them down here if we have limited stars. It's gonna be a couple of different difficult choices.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. I mean, they must be talking about Volfred. I can't imagine anyone else. He's the traitor against the Commonwealth. But is he a traitor against the Nightwings? As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Wolffred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply being here in this vicinity that brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within these woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here, above that place at last. Quite a view, wouldn't you say, my boy? Indeed, quite the view, albeit snow-covered. Again, we return to the Isle of Calmare, hidden in the storm. I have met very few who know of it at all, much less have walked upon its stones and sands. The disconcerting tales of the demise of Calmare Ropecollar, who met his end there on that isle. The imps that swarm and breed across the place today seem not to mind. Having paid witness to the rites firsthand, they have become rather obsessed with it. I sometimes wonder if it is more difficult to conduct the rites with such a boisterous audience. May the Pyre hearts find their way shortly, so that the imps may have the contest they desire. Wolffred, no, it's a powerful talisman, rumored to be buried. Could be something for him, although Fairy Spirit is very good. Condition here a right to train in the ways of the Sea Dominion. Well, I don't know, powerful talisman sounds good, but he already has a pretty good one, and eventually he will get his legendary one, I assume, from the crystal. So maybe training in the ways of the Sea Dominion. Yeah. Judge the sparring contest. There. Wolffred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my boy. Was just on our way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It is not clear to you as yet exactly how Wolffred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It is not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hardworking as the rest of us, or dare I say, more so. Most imp lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wolffred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he's been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other beings. A trafficker like Rookie would likely be familiar with them. Then, my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded, the off chance that they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes. But even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it should be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. 4. We cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear, or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our planned success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. Those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength, regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides down the wagon, bearing the sealed message. That thing keeps making... I'll click the thing. Right. He has lots to level, but he has permanent inspiration, I guess. So he'll level up really quickly. That'll be quite helpful.